I am a mother of three, and I own my own business, and have a pretty crazy busy life. And I needed some help that I couldn't get from my everyday friends or family. And that's when I stumbled across Nicole.
All right. So tell me a little bit more about where you were before you decided to start with coaching.
I was in a place where I felt like I had achieved goals that I had set for myself, but I didn't have anything to look forward to. I just felt tired, run down, just not going on.
Yeah.
Not going on, which made me depressed and made my anxiety show up in different ways that I wasn't aware that it was anxiety. So I knew I needed something, and I looked for it, and it found me.
Yeah, sometimes just being open to, what the universe will bring you can bring the perfect opportunity for you. So what the first conversation that we had when you decided to join in, what was that like for you?
The consultation went in a different way than I expected it to. I thought I was going to meet you and we were going to talk more about nutrition and diet and all of that. So I ended up with a lot more than I expected out of this program. I did the consultation not knowing that there was a program. And once you explained it to me, it was like what you said, like the universe opened up and was like, you didn't know you needed this, and you do. You do need this in your life. And I was in a position where I wasn't working, and you were so kind to help me with, offering me payment plans and things like that. That was amazing. So, and that really showed me that you really care, because I couldn't have done that at that time with working. So, but I needed it. I needed the program for my work, for my happiness in life and work.
Yeah.
So the consultation was more than I expected.
So when you joined, I know you originally had joined with the group only, and I'm kind of changing the programs around a little bit, so I'm not sure that that's even going to be an option for a little bit. But when you joined as a group only, and then tell me a little bit more about why you changed and upgraded.
Because the group is so amazing, because you can identify and be with people that are like in the same place, and you can grow from each other. But to have the one-on-ones, you can really, as you say, dive deep, and you have a great way of diving deep and pulling the information from me and helping me process it, helping me identify it, and get rid of what I don't need, or looking at a situation that might be an old pattern that I do, that I can call you or connect with you, and you can make me see the other side of what I'm going through and take a different approach. So that's been very helpful too.
Yeah, and I know that I personally felt a little bit shortchanged when you joined as just the group, like, oh, I don't get to be there for this part of her journey. So I just talked to you a little bit about like, you know,
Yeah.
how I wanted to be there for you. And I think you saw the value, obviously, because you decided to go for it. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
been amazing to see the changes that you have made for yourself. And just it's been really an honor to be a part of your journey as well.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
So was there anything that surprised you about the program or about methods or anything that were
Yes, a lot. Methods that I can use in my everyday life that you've taught me how to actually calm down a little bit. I don't react so quickly to things. I give myself time to process things that are maybe something that has happened or something that is said, so my anxiety doesn't get so out of control. Even with my body, how we talk about like health anxiety, like that has helped a lot. I know we haven't talked about it, but being in a group situation and hearing that being talked about with other people, that has helped me a lot too. And that's what I love about the groups. Yeah, I just, even though it's just a conversation and I do take notes and all of that, I don't really go back to my notes, but they're embedded, and it's little steps that I really have enjoyed and noticed that they pop up during my day.
yeah.
And the other really interesting thing is, even though like things have changed with my health and my diet, not as like quickly or aggressively as I would like them to be, but my clients come in and a lot of people are like, you look so good. You look so healthy. You look so happy. You're so positive. And I don't feel like I've really changed, but it's showing.
Well, and sometimes the people around us are the first to notice, because I think that we, especially as women, are quick to downgrade the progress that we've made. Like, oh no, nothing's changed. But then when you look at it objectively, or look at, you know, what people are saying about you or around you, it can become much more obvious. And that's part of why I like to do these exit interviews. I say exit because we're actually going to be continuing on coaching. But it's good to have sort of a goalpost of like where we started, what we thought our goals were, and then once we reach them, how do we feel? Because most of us want more, and we want to keep going, and we want to keep growing. So on the note of growth, how has this whole process been very easy for you? Tell me
Yes.
about that.
It's
Yes?
been it's, you know, once a week we meet. I look forward to my meetings. Yeah, it's all been very light and positive. Even though we get into deep subjects, it's all so cleansing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's been super easy. I mean, the stuff I do on my own time is reading the books that you've mentioned that you think would be a good book, or a podcast. That's the only extra stuff that I do outside of our group meeting. Yeah.
So I guess leaning more into making changes for yourself, is that easy? Like I'm talking about the leaning into the discomfort that we talk about.
Yes. I feel like it's easy in a way that you give the tools to apply yourself and ease into this discomfort. It's not easy when you actually look at yourself and go, oh, I didn't notice that about myself or my ego, or yeah, that's the only discomfort. But I mean, change is hard, especially when you're 50 and it's been there for a long time.
Yeah, a lot of people do find that part to be very challenging, but that's like where the most growth is. It's learning to sit with our discomfort and that sort of thing. And I think just observing you go through the process has been really kind of fun for me, because it is uncomfortable, but it's a lot easier with support.
Yeah, it is. Thanks.
What if you had to tell someone what has changed for you since starting coaching, what would you say?
What's changed for me is my outlook on life. I have goals. I have learned to manifest what I want in my life. I can stop and another change is me thinking about how I affect other people too in my life, and how to make it more positive.
Has anything changed with your business?
Yes. I feel like I got out of, I'm bringing new energy into my business, where I'm finally have done projects that I've always thought about doing, but since I've been with you, I've actually done them. I'm not procrastinating on little things, that as we all think, sometimes doing little things can be so painful, but you've helped me with that, and, breaking things down and baby steps and those type of tools have really helped my business. And with people that work with me, I have learned to take the ego out of running things and leading with love instead of leading with fear. So that's been a huge benefit. Even though I've only been back to work because of COVID for 2 months, but in that short time, things have happened fast.
Yeah. And again, I'm just going to say it's been really cool to watch the progress that you've made, and I can see how you're showing up differently already with the short amount of time that I've known you. Like I feel like you're really kind of stepping into being the leader that you have always been, but just you're presenting yourself in a very different way.
Thanks.
And it's really cool to see.
Thanks.
So what made you decide to continue on coaching with me after this 12 weeks?
One, because the 12 weeks feels like it flew by. Enjoyed it. And I feel that after the 12 weeks that you've helped me, that there's so much more that I would love to touch on with you and kind of clear. I think of it as like clearing my energy, cleaning up the past. I feel like that we continuing to work together, we could get rid of those old stories and give me, the second half of my life, a fun, clear, I feel like I'm in a good spot and it's my turn.
I love it so much. All right, one last question. What type of person or who would you recommend this program or coaching with me for?
I talk about you all the time. I recommend it to everyone. Um, I would say, I think that everybody can benefit from you. I think that everybody has a little something um, that holds us back. We're not taught the things that you teach people in life. We're not taught to look deep into ourselves and our egos, and to, like, we're taught from our parents how to be kind and all of that stuff, but there's so much more to your program than um, the group therapy. It's the individual journey that almost everybody could benefit from having time with you, because of the way you approach things and make us look at what we're questioning in our lives. So I think that anybody from wanting to start a new chapter, or getting rid of an old chapter, or having problems in communicating with people, like, all of those little things can be questioned by you and cleared up by you.
Question
Right.
in a good
Question in a good way. In a system. You have a system to get us to answer our own questions. And I find it so beneficial that I now turn around and, talk to my children like that. Well, then how is that making you feel if X, Y, and Z? And do you think that, because he said that at school, do you think it's true? So I think, just being a better parent. I'm being a better parent because of the system that you provide. But I mean, that question is hard to answer, because I think everybody can benefit from a coach that's there for them 24/7, like you are.
Yeah.
And you 24/7.
Yeah, I definitely feel that there are a lot of things that I can help with, but I also think that I might not be for everybody, and that's why I do the initial consult, that initial, usually 45 minutes, but sometimes much longer, just to kind of get into what people want and whether I'm a good fit for them, because this might not fit for everybody.
Right.
You happen to be a very good fit, which is why I'm very honored to have been a part of your journey